And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to IMBGcast number 49.
I thought this would be a better idea so that way I could look at my laptop screen, but then I realized that the camera's over here, and normally I'm looking at the TV, so it makes a lot more sense to me looking over here. Now that I have my laptop, and it's just kind of looks like I'm looking at my dick. Except my dick is kind of off and to the right.
We're starting strong on this one.
Dick's off and to the right.
Dick's off. Anyway.
Welcome
to IMBGcast number 49. Was going to be called the Bad Hair Podcast, but unfortunately the bad hair went away.
I mean, mine's still here.
Your hair is getting real fucking long. Mine is too. The longest I ever had it was down to the top of my or the bottom of my eyebrow. It's actually down to the bottom of my eye now. So this is getting weird.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't like this. Yeah, I don't even know about that. I wouldn't be able to rock that. Oh man, we're gonna get right into it because it is late right now. It is 10:15.
Good.
We started super late.
Fuck 'em.
Titanfall delayed to focus on Apex, says Respawn.
Which is kind of unfortunate. Because, Titanfall is just better Apex.
So my big thing with that is they're gonna go with that because it's just making them more money right now.
Of course, that's why they want to focus. That's why it just makes them infinite more money.
Yeah, and hopefully none of it ever goes back to Titanfall. I hope that game's just delayed forever because it was awful. I mean, honestly, the gameplay was awful compared to Apex, which is a much superior game in every single way.
So basically what they're saying is that there was a Titanfall project scheduled for later this year. Was
there, though?
Yeah.
I think they were lying.
It's not Titanfall 3, but it was going to be another quote-unquote premium Titanfall title. I don't know what that means.
Titanfall Legends or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got to be like Apex Fall.
What is up, my favorite streamers besides Mia Khalifa?
She's retired.
Oh, wow, I thought you were totally going somewhere else with that Yeah, she's a random cam horse.
No, she's legit retired. Unless she came back. I don't know. I don't follow porn stars.
A lot of people came on her back.
Yeah.
Came back of the century. Anyway.
They literally came back in black.
Wow. But yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be Belle Delphine. There we go.
There you go.
But no, I have a feeling that what do you call it? It would have been like Titanfall Legends. It's not going to be an extension of the story. I feel like it's just going to be
literally just going to drop multiplayer on us. I think they're going to
be
I think it's going to go so. Story was the best part of Titanfall 2, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I think from the success they had from Apex Legends, they were going to try to do here's your multiplayer, have fun with it, and then try to work in Titanfall 3 would be the story one. Then they'd have this will be maybe it would be a battle royale, even though they just put out one. I kind of hope not.
I would have thought it would have been more something along the lines of a Halo Reach title, where it's not mainline Halo game, but still has a relevance in there.
Titanfall's weird like that because Titans and pilots are so iconic that if you're a pilot, you're so integral and pivotal to the story that you can't just be doing something over there.
You play just a random person running away from all the battles that the Titans are in. Oh shit!
What the fuck? Did you see what that guy just did? He just ran across that fucking wall. He just punched a goddamn robot in the face.
First 100 hours are you going to work every day like Shenmue. Then all of a sudden you see a Titan or a pilot running down the street. You're like, oh shit!
I'm about to die.
Good night, guys. I think all this talk has a different part of the internet calling my name. Okay. You do you.
But they said that they're not taking any development things from Apex. They're not taking any development resources, quote unquote, from Jedi Fallen Order, which is good because that game looks good so far from what they've shown, which is basically
plus no microtrans is what they're saying besides cosmetics.
So it's good. Give them all the resources. Apex is funding your company right now, so keep focusing on that.
Why not at that point?
And then once you get that in a stable place and Jedi comes out, sure, then working on Titanfall, I'm fine with that, as long as there's still something in, like, the pipes there somewhere.
So, yeah, because honestly, like, they do good. They put in good work. So, for them to put out a delay, it's usually going to be a good thing. And, or at least points to it could be a good thing. They could pull a full Bethesda and just be like, fuck it. Or a full BioWare and just be like, fuck it.
I mean, I could be wrong. They could just be like, fuck it. 0 multiplayer, only story. But I don't think it would do that either. It'd be really hard to be Respawn and not have multiplayer.
Plus, they're seeing how much multiplayer makes them right now, so...
For right now, I think multiplayer is kind of like their go-to.
I think
story would kind of go by the wayside, which is unfortunate.
So Fallen Order is supposed to be single-player driven, so
yep.
I think that
it's only single player.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel like a lot of their resources are going to start picking up onto that, so it's like, hey, maybe we're going to finish Fallen Order and, like, kind of do that, and then pull over. You know what I mean? Like, maybe a lot of their writers and everything like that were going to be on Titanfall, whatever it was supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. They're getting delayed, so we'll see Titanfall when we see it. Until now, you've got Apex with the shitty battle pass and drastically cut player base. It's now losing again to Fortnite, whose Tilted Towers just exploded in a, like, planet boner lava mess or something.
What?
I don't know. The map changed again. It's a new season. They got invisible grenades and shit. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, when you're like 9 and you're watching PewDiePie, you're like, fuck, I'm gonna play Fortnite, and then when you grow up, you're just like, man, I just don't want to, unless you make like weird YouTube videos and you're like, hey, everyone watch my weird Fortnite skill videos, and you're like, yeah, it could be super skillful, but, like, you're still playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like, I still just don't want to watch your videos because you're playing Fortnite.
Like, it's at the point where Fortnite has that, like, kind of cartoony, bright, colorful look that, like, that's what gets the kids in. They like that look to it. But, like, every time I see it, it's just, like, it just looks bad to me.
So, I would say yes and no. I think Fortnite is overly cartoony a lot of the time. Like, even with TF2, like, there was a lot of stuff that kind of still grounded it into, like, okay, this is just kind of, like, goofy proportions and cell shading.
Yeah.
But Fortnite's actually just, like, it almost reminds me of, like, that Cartoon Network cartoon style where it's just, like, super bright colors, basic geometry, oh my god, and that's it. And it's, like, you got level design in TF2 that actually matters, whereas on Fortnite it's just open map, and the map just always changes. And
just shoot a guy into a tower.
Yep, you just go there. Just go there and you do the damn thing.
Like, I remember watching a video when Fortnite first came out where a guy was like, so yeah, the best strategy to beating people is just you build straight up in the air and then straight forward, because that's how fucking physics works. You don't need supports, just build straight forward, and hopefully you build into the center of the circle, and then you just shoot down at people. And it's like, yeah,
it's actually the greatest strategy for that game, but my problem is it's like, I don't want to shoot somebody and have them turn into a fucking, like, double-wide trailer that then somehow evolves into a house, then evolves into a mansion, then evolves into, like, the Twin Towers. Like, I don't feel like dealing with that. Oh, come on. It's goddamn 18 years later.
Soon.
It's legal.
Too soon.
It's physically legal now. It's 18. Don't fucking care.
I don't want to hear about you fucking the Twin Towers. The Olsen twins got it bad enough.
And Thief, thank you so much for coming back onto the R Posse. You are 3 months. You get your bronze badge, my dude. So you get a bronze badge to display and show off and go on other channels and be like, yo, all y'all bitches ain't got this.
I mean, except most people won't see it if they put it in other channels.
I'm gonna jump out this window now.
Can you imagine if you had one for, like, every person you subscribe to? People would walk in, look like fucking, like, the North Korean, like, generals where they just give them medals for nothing, so they have, like, 1 million medals on their chest.
Anthony, what are you talking about? He's like, I just want my hoodie. Like an IMBG hoodie?
Just buy it.
Yeah, it's, oh my god, my fingers aren't long enough. Pinky, don't fail me now. Okay, we guess we can just...
Club. Ew.
Oh, was it? Oh. Noodle Club's dope. There's some merch, too. If you want to get a hoodie in the meantime while we're waiting for Noodle Club, there are some IMBG hoodies right in that link. Anyway... PlayStation 5 will be launching in the next 12 months.
Yeah.
Meaning not this year, most likely.
It's basically, it's not in the next 12 months, like it's guaranteed to be in the next 12 months. It's for 12 months at least. So like, they're saying,
read that
like,
wrong.
They're saying it's like, it's going to be a year. Is essentially what they're saying.
That's stupid.
So it's probably not this holiday season. We'll probably see it next holiday season.
That's stupid. Let me ask you a question. They already got dev kits, right?
Yeah.
Just give me it.
I'll pay you for it.
How much
is it? Like $1,200? Yeah, fuck it.
What do you want? $500 for your new console? You stupid fucks! Like, just here's money. You know,
need the high-powered dev kit.
Just fucking kickstart it, my dude. Can you imagine if PlayStation kickstarted their next console? That'd be the weirdest
How hasn't
thing.
none of them done that yet?
I'm kind of surprised because it's just like, hey, we don't want to like risk investment cost. Here's just Kickstarter now.
How have they not done that? Like, they're still gonna put the investment into like research and stuff, but it's like, hey, you spend $250, you get the bitch console. You spend $300, you get the bitch console, but it actually says bitch console in fancy cursive like silver lettering on it. You spend $300, you get the not bitch console. You spend $400, you get the day one not bitch console.
I would buy the not bitch console day one edition.
You spend $600, you get the not bitch console a day early.
You spend $1,000 to get the big dick energy console, and I just dropped $1,000 in my pants.
You spend $500,000. We'll send a Korean K-pop star to hand deliver the console to your house.
How many sperms do you drop in a single load? Just weird question here. Let's say it's like 1 million, right? Like, how much is one white baby going for right now in the black market?
One white baby?
Yeah, just one white baby. I'll give you 1 million of them if you give me the console right now.
Courtney, get in here.
Not even. I can do this on my own. Oh my god. Dude, literally. Like, just fucking pull up the console's picture. I'll give you 1 million white babies. Some of them might be defective. We don't know yet. Some of them might have been cooked from my skating days when I used to wear skinny jeans and skate in 90-degree weather. But stupid decisions in the past helped microwave my manhood. It was a really weird way of saying it, but whatever. It's good. It's all good. That shit. I'll tell you what. If I'm sterile, that shit slaps, my dude.
that lit slaps, fam.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't like this conversation anymore. Anyway, PlayStation 5 will launch over 12 months. Probably, I would imagine, next holiday season. I don't think they're going to do a summer release unless they want to beat out like Xbox really hard and they're just like, we're releasing 2 months earlier.
So honestly, if Xbox even tries to release like a year early, sure, there are going to be a shit ton of people buying the Xbox so they want it. But then all Sony has to do is just the very next year be like, all right, half the price, better, everything. Here you go. And everyone just goes, fuck, I wasted my money.
Maybe. So, when we're talking about like the console wars and things like that, look at the past right now. PS2 versus Xbox. PS2 destroyed like everything.
Well, because it had all the games.
Everything. Xbox 360 versus PS3.
Because it had all the games.
Xbox, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, we're on the same page, right?
361, yeah, because it had all the games.
PS4 versus, what do you call it?
Xbone.
Yeah, I even forget the console's name.
The Xbone had a real rough start, and it had actual none of the games.
Okay. So Microsoft is buying up studios, trying to get secure those third-party licenses. So the way Microsoft is going to flip this again, if they want to flip it again between those two,
try to have all the games.
All the games.
Unfortunately, there's certain IPs that Sony have that all they have to do is drop them. As much as you might not like it, fucking Bloodborne 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Bloodborne sold more like launch consoles than like most of the launch games did.
It's one of those things that like Sony knew the market coming into this console generation. They knew what they wanted to offer. They knew what they were appealing to.
It's not hard when Xbox goes, "Hey everyone, I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot," and Sony literally just looks and goes, "Let's not do that."
Yeah, they had a good way to like lead away from it. My big thing is PS3 tried to do what the Xbox One did, where it was like worthy everything for a little while. Then Xbox didn't see how bad PS3 did because of that, and they're like, worthy everything. And you're like, you're fucking dumb. Like, the second it came out, they're like, you're fucking dumb. And then that whole DRM thing where it's like you couldn't even get used games and everything. Because whether people like it or not, used games are still a huge market. Like, even if you look on Facebook Marketplace, if you look at GameStop, even if you look at, like, places like Best Buy or H.H. Gregg or Target, they have used. Like, it's a thing that... It's a thing that people do a lot, especially at that time as well. Do you remember how big GameStop's used game section was at that time? It's less and less now because of digital, but, like, it's still a big market.
One of my favorite things is was going to GameStop and be like, what game can I get super cheap?
Max, oh my god, what is it?
Headroom?
No, that's what I thought of, too, when I first said it. Matt Hazard. You ever hear of that game?
Sounds really familiar.
So I want to play that on stream one day, and I've been telling myself that for, like, a year. Matt Hazard was a super cheap, like, $3 game that I bought in, like, a no-name case or anything. I'm like, Matt Hazard, what the hell is this? It's $3. Who gives a shit? It'll be my free game. Ended up being the best game I purchased that day because it makes fun of first-person shooters as a first-person shooter. Like, the thing is kind of like a Deadpool-style game where it's breaking the fourth wall, it's doing all that stuff, and it's like, hey, I know I'm a first-person shooter, and I had, like, prequels in, like, the 80s where it was like Wolfenstein. So you go into a level when the shit starts, like, going, like, all like, dimensional and everything like that, and all of a sudden you start seeing these, like, lines, and you're like, what the fuck are these lines in the game? And all of a sudden they turn, and it's, like, full enemies from, like, Wolfenstein. So, like, it knew exactly what it was doing. And it's, like, stupid shit like that that's, like, amazing within that game.
It's, like, that's one of the reasons why I really like Battlefield Bad Company.
Because it was aware.
Because it was nice to have something that's like, yeah, we're a first-person military shooter, but we're gonna have fun with it.
Well, it's because, like, you talk to people who were in the military, like Phil or our boy Brian or anything like that, and they always have, like, goofy-ass stories that happen in between or, like, during, and you're like,
because if you don't, you go crazy.
Yeah. Like Phil the one day when he said he was, like, reading the book and they were getting bombed out, and he just kind of, like, looked around, and he was just like, oh, shit. Like, that dude has some nuts stories from over there.
I think the best used game I ever bought, without knowing what it was, also had the best opening song to any N64 game ever.
Oh, it was, if it's the best opening song to any N64 game ever, it was Buck Bumble.
Yeah.
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 How bad is that I could guess that?
I bought it from a Blockbuster who had it for $3.
What's up with this $3 game?
I don't know.
We just need to start buying every $3 game we see.
But, like, I'm like, oh, man, I can't afford any of this other shit. What the fuck is this Buck Bumble game? I mean...
The game was hard.
It doesn't look terrible. Sure, I have $3. I'll buy it. This is like little stupid kid me, and then like I played the first level. I'm like, man, that was hard. I bet it gets easier from here because all the stuff I got in that last level carries over. Fuck yourself.
That game was rough, dude. Like, even to this day, like, I tried to play it on an emulator the one day. Like, I have a copy. But anyway, I tried to play it on an emulator, and holy shit did I forget how rough that game actually was.
One, because the controls are bad.
Because it's single stick.
Yeah, the controls are just bad. I want to see if someone can mod that game to have, like, dual stick controls and just see how much better it is.
Okay, let's learn Unreal Engine and just remake the entire game.
Let's do it.
That'd be great. But how many times...
We just can't tell anybody that we're doing it. We're totally doing it until after we release it.
It's not a Nintendo IP.
There's got to be someone somewhere who owns that IP.
Fuck you, Buck Bumble creator.
I like, if that, like, copyright whatever is up, fuck it.
Can you imagine? We buy the rights, make a studio, make the Buck Bumble remake.
I'm gonna Google this right the fuck now.
Do it. But how many times have I played that theme song at work, unironically, because I love it so much? Right about now, it's time to rock with the biggity buck bumbo. Bum to the bum to the bum to the bass, bum to the buck to the bumbo. It's like that weird, like, Jamaican hardcore house music. Is it up? Who owns it?
People really want it ported to the Switch, apparently.
Holy shit. Can you imagine dual stick control on the Switch, though? That'd be great. We have a chance.
Apparently it's still owned by Ubisoft?
And what is Ubisoft remaking?
Yeah, it's still owned by Ubisoft.
And what are they remaking now?
Nothing worthwhile.
Hey. 13, my dude.
Yeah, nothing worthwhile.
So they could remake Buck Bumble, too. Yo, time to start an online petition.
What does that say on it? I can't even see it, so small. 92% on some...
Like a score?
Yeah.
Oh my god, how do you get a 92 on that game?
92% something 64, then a 90% on 64 magazine.
Okay, that game, let's be clear here, that game is a solid 60% out of 100. Like a 60... 3 out of 5 stars.
That scores 100% the opening intro.
Yeah. If we're basing it purely off the opening music of Buck Bumble, 100%. The gameplay docks it so much that it brings it back to 60 for me.
So, are we going to change our intro, like, waiting hold music to the Bumble theme song?
We could.
We could.
I'll get that. Well, for the next stream, if I remember, we'll do that. I just love... Bump to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bump to the bump to the bump. Did you ever hear the one that it's like the remake of Mario Brothers, but they use the Buck Bumble thing? Right about now, it's time to rock with the biggity baka bomber.
I would love to hear like someone do like, yo, let's do a metal remix of the Buck Bumble song.
I don't know anybody that plays guitar that would help me with that. I was like, I might be able to get.
I like how you're like, I need to do this.
I kind of really want to do vocals on something like that. Like, can you imagine how hard that would be? Like, just, oh my god!
I just want to hear the riffs.
I'm trying to think. Like, I'm thinking too much about it because like you'd have to have a breakdown where it's like right about now. It'd be like so stupid.
It'd be so good.
I would have so much fun with that song. I wonder if
it doesn't even have to be that hardcore. Just has to be metal.
Because it's like, din 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 din. Like it's a lot of his voice. It's a very simple riff. I'll try and figure it out in FL Studio tonight. See if I can make like a digital version.
Like I'm gonna get this text from you at like 5 a.m. and you're just like, I did it.
Vocals are laid down, my dude. Check it out. It's like a perfect track. Hit up this dude from Europe who was super interested in the project. He sent me samples in 20 minutes.
He was actually the guy who did the original thing. I didn't even know he was still alive.
He just... Actually, you know what's funny? I have the group followed on Spotify that did that originally. Or like one of the guys, like alternate bands or something like that. Rip Steven Seagal. Why Steven... Wait, what? That can't be a real story. Shut up. Look at that up. Look at it. Is Steven Seagal dead? Or are we being lied to, Poker? You son of a bitch. Hello. Welcome back. No?
Not dead.
Okay. You fuck. But yeah. Buck Bumble hardcore song. If you play guitar, please whisper or hit us up on the email or do anything for It Might Be Gaming. Like, come on the page. Hit me up. And let's get a hardcore version of Buck Bumble going. If you want to work with me, we'll digitally process it over, like, Discord or something. I don't give a shit. Let's get digital Buck Bumble hardcore going. Anyway, going from hardcore to cute, I guess? Fallout 4 has a Kawaii mod that Larry should be here talking about.
Larry.
Yeah, you're welcome, Larry. Larry reinstalled the game and then sent us a thing where all the characters in Fallout 4 are, like, anime characters. And it's super fucking weird.
See, what's weird is I thought it was just like, oh, they just changed all the heads. But no, they also put, like, schoolgirl uniforms on some of them.
What?
And gave them massive boobs. Because, you know, anime.
Aunt Mabel, you bitch, if you are watching this stream, I hope you run hell, you pile of steaming dog shit.
Wow.
Well, his aunt told him his Seagal croaked. So that's the appropriate reaction, in my opinion.
She's a filthy liar.
Yeah, she's a random cam horse. I still love that fucking picture.
In ancient Persia, if you lied, you literally got killed, no matter how small the lie was. You could be like, my favorite number is 4, and like,
you said last week it was 3, you bitch.
You said last week it was 3. Shit! Decapitated!
Fatality.
Brutality.
So yeah, if you're really into anime and Fallout 4, install this mod. I'm not doing anything tonight after the stream, and I'm all hyped up on G Fuel. Who knows what
And
happens?
apparently it's like completely Japanese voice acted from what I've seen.
Oh. Wait, no.
So like,
What did they do? Hire like Japanese girls off
Yeah.
Fiverr to do? Oh yeah.
yeah. Unless it was just the Japanese version of the game that they were playing on, so it was already all in Japanese. Like,
yeah, but
you watch the videos and it's just girls talking in Japanese that sound way too like high pitched and happy to be Fallout. Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome! I can't wait to play this stupid fucking mod. Did you find Gentleman watch Game of Thrones tonight? No, we
not
have
yet.
not. He'll be watching it when he gets home. I'll be not. Yeah.
And I'm just telling you now, if you put one spoiler, I will legit ban you.
I can't stop him. Like, he's got control on the computer over there. So it's like I can't even be like, no, you won't ever be here again. And I'll suck because I like poker. He comes in and throws a bunch of random shit.
Whether it's true or not, fucking straight ban.
Yeah, no spoilers, not even fake ones.
I am hard with this.
Did you find Gentlemen Watch Endgame? Yes, we did. We talked about it last week.
Also, don't spoil that.
Don't spoil it for anybody else, but because we accidentally spoiled last week that Ant-Man got possessed by the Mind Stone and kills Captain.
Yeah.
Why do I keep bringing it up? I'm sorry, anybody who hasn't seen the movie. Spoiler alert.
What is like the time frame for spoilers
Monday.
on a movie? Is it legit just like
Monday.
Is it in theaters?
No.
Don't spoil it.
No. Monday.
Why
Endgame has a an end date to the spoilers from the directors, and it's Monday.
Interesting.
If you didn't see it in the last week, fuck you.
Interesting.
You deserve to rot in DC hell, or it's not even gonna be Marvel hell. You're going to get sodomized by the Joker.
You have to watch fucking
You have to watch yourself get fucked by the Joker.
whoever the fuck played Bizarro in that movie just read you bedtime stories the rest of eternity.
While
Or
Jared,
not Bizarro, Darkseid, whatever his name was.
while Jared Leto blows you.
Did you see the Superman movie?
No.
The one where he's like, I can't bring myself to kill people as he's snapping some guy's neck?
No.
Man, whoever that guy is that plays whatever is like the bad guy in that movie, I'm sure he's a good actor in other movies. In this one, he's like, this is why you can never be better than me.
Oh, Sylvester Stallone.
Fear. But he's not?
Oh.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem?
Probably. I don't fucking know. He's real bad, though.
Aunt Mabel, I swear I'm going to have my dog rip your toenails off. Why are you still
Why do you
yelling
make
at
your
Mabel?
dog do that? That's a really mean thing to do to your dog.
Yeah. So speaking of Endgame, let's go down on the list. Endgame is now the second highest grossing movie ever.
Yeah.
Not opening weekend.
Yeah.
Ever. It just edged out Titanic.
It's the highest grossing movie in China of all time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's Avatar, Endgame, Titanic, and then there's like a couple other things. There's actually both Avengers movies, Infinity War, for the Infinity War and Endgame,
Yeah.
are on the top. Like, that's insane. Like,
They got the formula down.
yeah,
Like,
they struck
They
gold.
100% got the formula down where they're just like, all right, we need to make some money.
Time to release the end.
Time to put the movie out. Oh, there's billions.
That's wild. That's actually wild. Betty White shows her tits in an after credit scene. He's not wrong, but I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it because it has a lot to do with her new character. Nude character.
Yeah.
Nude character.
Captain Marvel.
I think we're just going to keep talking about movies.
Okay.
You know which one's coming next.
I do.
Go ahead.
I don't.
The Sonic trailer was released last Monday right after our podcast.
It's real bad.
I don't think so. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna explain. I'll explain. Like, you go ahead. You can do the average opinion because like everyone is kind of in agreement with you right now.
So it's
And I'll describe why I don't think it's that bad, even though they're gonna be redesigning it and all that good stuff. Yes, he's getting a redesign that has been confirmed by the director because he said fuck the art movie. What is the best porno movie ever made? Debbie Does Dallas. Anyway, go.
no, it's definitely the
Backdoor Sluts number
no.
9 from
It's
South
like
Park.
Look Out for the Chef or something like that.
I don't know what this is. Anyway,
Yeah.
Sonic movie. Go ahead with your stuff.
it's just, I watched the trailer, the acting seemed bad except for Jim Carrey. Didn't seem great. I hate Sonic's design. Like, the more I look at it, the more I don't like it.
Okay.
And the premise just, it's not Sonic.
Okay. Yes to all of that in a weird way. The way that I described the reason I love how this trailer turned out, and I'm looking forward to it.
It's because you have a nostalgia boner.
Kind of, in a weird way.
Yeah.
I loved the old school, like, Ninja Turtle movies, the Street Fighter movie, even the Mario Brothers. Like, I literally have a Goomba as my, what do you call it, profile pic on Facebook.
Even as a kid, I hated them all. Except for the Ninja Turtles one.
So that's,
I like the Ninja Turtles one.
Were amazing.
I hate the other two.
So, I loved all those. Like, I loved that, like, cheesy crappiness to them. And I feel like that's what this is bringing me back to. It's more of a, it's not perfect. Like, it's Sonic. Like, it is, you know, like, it's a Sonic. Like, he's a goofball little hedgehog with, like, crazy fast powers, and he's just dropped into whatever this universe is. Jim Carrey looks amazing, and he reminds me of old Jim Carrey. And I think that's why there's a big nostalgia trip there.
The whole reason why people were like, I don't know if Jim Carrey is a good thing is because Jim Carrey is also a method actor. So when he was doing all those interviews where people were like, why are you so weird right now? Is because he was in the part for that one, like, was it Netflix or Hulu, whatever TV show, where he was like, he was Mr. Rogers, but his life was falling apart
It's not
around
Maniac, it was something else.
Yeah.
Something-ing.
But it was literally like he's going crazy because he has to keep smiling all the time and to make kids happy. But while he's doing it, his life is falling apart around him.
Yeah.
Whatever that show was, he's a method actor.
Yeah.
And method acting is one of those weird things where it's like, I get it. It's still kind of stupid.
It's, so,
But
I like
it. He does it, and that's what he was doing for that role. So when they were doing all those interviews, we were like, Jim Carrey has gotten real weird recently. That's why.
Yeah. So I like him in this as Dr. Robotnik, and if you haven't seen the trailer, watch it, but
my only problem
go ahead.
with Jim Carrey in this movie is that he is not Jim Carrey playing Dr. Robotnik.
He is just
Jim Carrey. Like, if you change his outfit, he's just Ace Venturing it up.
Did you see the Ben Shapiro meme, by the way? You know the Boy Scouts meme? Where it's like, boys should only be allowed in the Boy Scouts. Where's that written? In the name, Boy Scouts. Literally, somebody put, Jim Carrey is going to carry the Sonic movie. Where's that written? In the name, Jim Carrey. Yeah. I was laughing at that one. But my big thing is, like, Jim Carrey, in general, like, I like him as a comedy actor, like, kind of like middle ground, like Truman Show and things like that. I always liked him as an actor. That last show thing that he did, I watched a couple small pieces of it. I haven't, like, been able to sit down and watch it. I fucking loved every minute of it. He did great. This old sort of family style Jim Carrey, the Sonic the Hedgehog design, while not amazing, I like that it's a little bit different because it's like, it's not as bad as Sonic Boom, but it's, like, not as good as original Sonic, but I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with different versions of Sonic. Like, I don't want whatever one was literally, he was just like basically a fat ball with like stick arms and the Sonic
like
head.
The original cartoon. Yeah.
Like,
that one always bothered me.
Like, I'm okay with it not being that one, but like this 3D Sonics, while the games aren't great, the character design for him is fine. If they just take that design and just try to make it look more realistic with actual, like, fur and shit, I would have been more okay.
Okay. I completely see that.
The fact that they make him look like a weird kind of elongated child with... They look like they took, like, a child body and, like, just stretched his arms out a little bit so they got, like, more pointy and did that with his legs.
Yeah.
And they just stuck the head on him.
See, I don't mind him. I thought he looks goofy as hell. There was... I wonder if it sunk over to this.
Also,
so
the eyes look weird.
No, you want to see the eyes. Let me see if my
I saw the one picture of the Iago Sonic you posted.
No. Did you see the Knuckles yet?
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna show...
I've seen the live action Tails before.
Show in chat the
That's just Ugandan Knuckles. That's just someone took that one. They literally just took the screenshot from the show, put the eyes so they're facing two different directions, and just chroma keyed all the blue red.
I love it so much. It looks so...
The worst part is it looks better than the actual Sonic design. Like, fuck. If they just put the eyes facing more forward, it'd look fine.
Well, you saw the Knuckles, or the, not Knuckles design. You saw, of course, the Tails.
Yeah, the realistic Tails design. That's been around for years, though. That's not from the movie. That's just...
It's just... Can you imagine? So here's what I wish. If they were going to go that route where they're kind of self-aware and all that good stuff, then... I have a ton. I have, like, so many. Me and Gene have just been texting each other then. But, if they were going to go for, like, more of a self-aware design where they took the memes and kind of put them forward, can you imagine if they made realistic Tails, Ugandan Knuckles? I have a feeling there's going to be a do you know the way joke in there. Like, they're going to get in a car. It's like, we got to go here. Do you know the way? Like, you know what I mean? Something goofy like that.
I will walk out of the theater.
I won't. I'll just start clicking.
You know, you're right. I also wouldn't walk out of the theater because I am not going to see it in theaters.
I'm going to...
I would not be in a theater to walk out of where I will see that to be able to walk out of it.
Full disclosure, I am definitely going to see that movie at theaters. I cannot wait for it. I am excited for that movie. I'm not expecting anything great. I'm expecting it to just be, I'm going, it's going to be a movie that I watch, and then I'm going to forget about it until like 10 years from now. I'm going to remember like one joke, and I'm going to be like, I need to get that movie again. And it's in like a $2.99 Blu-ray bin somewhere. And it didn't even get like a 4K release like Grandma's Boy. It'll be stuck on the previous format.
It's fucking DVD. And not even like the
I can't believe Grandma's Boy.
It's one of those old dual-sided DVDs where the one's SD, the other one's HD.
I don't understand how Grandma's Boy of all movies, like, you say Grandma's Boy, people just know what it is. You know what I mean? How did it not get a Blu-ray?
I don't know.
It's a weird one, right?
It's a great movie.
I wonder if they're just doing it to 4K Blu-ray at this point, and maybe that's what's taking the hold up. You never know. They filmed it. Like, they actually filmed it on film. They could do it.
So, what I'm going to do for that movie probably is I'm going to, like...
Sonic?
Whenever Sonic is, like... It's probably going to come, like, free on Hulu or something like that.
Oh, definitely.
I'm going to watch it then.
I'd imagine that's going to go to Netflix, to be honest.
Whatever one.
Yeah.
Get plastered out of my mind, so that way when I puke on myself and start, like, convulsing, it'll make the movie better.
They'll think that the movie killed you.
Sonic is cursed.
Oh my god, this man's dying. Oh, he's dead. Look what's playing, dude. Oh,
they walk in. It's still
another one.
They walk in. I just have it on like repeat for like the entire time. So they just walk in. They just see me like dead and rotting and just.
All you hear is "Gotta go fast." Son of a bitch, we're too late.
It's just like they just walk in. They're just like, what the fuck?
Hi, Tron.
Hi, Tron.
He didn't even say anything yet. I just know he's here. How crazy is that? You can already see it because of the chat, but... I said hello, Tron, anyway. But yeah, Sonic trailer's out. I'm pretty excited for it. I think that's going to be good. In a good and a stupid, I don't give a shit about the movie way.
If they changed Sonic's design, it might be better. I just don't like What's-His-Face from Westworld.
So he's
like, he was a fine character in Westworld, but they're like, I know he can be a good actor, and then you see him in this, and you're like, you don't fit well here.
You know who they should have got? In all seriousness, and I hate to say this because the two movies are...
Chris Farley.
Yes, but because the two characters are having movies coming out, can you imagine if Ryan Reynolds was in this movie with Jim Carrey?
That would have been so much better.
Can you imagine that?
That would have been so much better.
I'm sorry that I've ruined that movie if you were slightly looking forward to it with that guy, but can you imagine Ryan Reynolds, like, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, his own
thing.
It
would have been so much better. Like, that alone would have made the trailer worth it.
I'm sorry I fixed the movie with one recast, but...
It's like, you put Ryan Reynolds in there, you fix the Sonic model...
That movie's a banger.
Got there.
That movie's a banger. Oh,
but man. It's like when we were talking at work, it's like, I like how the Westworld guy realized that Season 2 of Westworld was a sinking ship, so he jumped ship, but instead of jumping onto a ship that was still floating, he jumped onto Titanic.
Which is now below Endgame, because it got sunk. Ironic timing. Knuckles is red, so you can't see... Knuckles is red, so bad guys can't see him bleed. Okay.
Alright.
I forget what that reference is, but I know it's like, oh, I wear brown pants so people can't tell when I shit my pants.
Well, it's the British military. They wore red coats, so when they got shot, they can't They wouldn't see them bleed.
Ah, that's yeah. Dr. Sexy Time. Did you guys talk about BlizzCon, their prices, and how you must download an app to get your ticket and access things in the show, in which you must give them permissions to everything on your phone so they could sell your info?
Well, I think you just talked about it. That's fine, I guess.
Yeah, I just did the whole story. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I already give my information to Google, so whatever.
I don't fucking care about Blizzard and their shitty games.
Yeah, it's not like we're actually going to play WoW Classic or something like that.
WoW Classic's coming out, Mike. You should play it. This is his conversation to me. You should play. You're going to love it. You can grief characters after level like 500 when you grind for 900 hours. That sounds awful. Yeah, but we can help you. No.
It's one of those things where it's like, I have no want to play an MMO like that, ever. But then the fact that, like, it's Classic. Everyone knows everything about it. They're not going to give you new expansions for Classic.
Well, yeah, because then it'd just be not Classic.
Right?
It'd just be...
So it's like,
wow.
once people do all, like, the nostalgia things for the first, like, couple, like, expansions or whatever, and then they're just like, yeah, I did all this already. I'm kind of sick of it. It's like going back to play a game that you have, like, super nostalgia for. It's like, for me, it's always, like, Pokemon Blue. Like, going back and playing through Pokemon.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
We saw how that turned out. I love that
But
game.
it's like, you play through, for me, it's like you play through Pokemon 2, you beat Lieutenant Surge, it's like directly after Lieutenant Surge, I'm like, I'm done playing this for now.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, it's one of those things, like, even with Sonic, like, the second we got to the Knuckles episodes and I remembered certain things about it, I was just like, I fucking hate life now.
So, Chris, what you're saying, you just want unfinished content that they deemed was too terrible to release with the game?
Damn, you just got served. That's it. You just got served. Maybe they could redesign it like the Sonic movie and make it a good game. Like Rocket League.
I just picture, like, the models just, like, sliding on the ground, zero animation, just hitting a ball around.
Wow. This whole Scion... Oh, we didn't talk about that yet. I don't want to talk about this. This is making me so upset.
It makes me happy.
Psyonix is getting bought out by Epic Games. Woo! Fuck my life. No, fuck you.
Feed the machine, Mike.
Fuck my life.
Feed the machine.
So,
let them buy more exclusives with your money. Do it.
I'm actually a little stressed out about this because, like, I love Rocket League so much. Like, I play it literally every day. Every fucking day.
Literally playing when I walked in.
At least for like 30 minutes I will play it every single day because I genuinely just have fun with that game even when I'm raging. Now that it's on the Epic Store, it's going to be delisted from Steam except for if you already own it. I don't have a good feeling. You know what I mean? Especially being a Steam user with, let me put it this way, 1,500 hours.
Yeah.
Over 400 ranks like achieved.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 Rocket Passes I've purchased hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in crates for that game.
That's way too much.
Well, I like the game. It was like $10 a week. So let's say I'd probably, at max for crates, spend probably around $700 if I did it as what I was doing. But it's like, I did all of that, and if they fuck up my Steam version, I won't fucking support them. I'm not going to rebuy the game because you decided to fucking take it away.
It already has cross-play, like, cross-platform support for it. So, unless Epic somehow goes, okay, no one can play with Steam, but you could still play with Epic, that's really weird.
I don't think they'll do that.
I think they're just going to leave the cross-platform there.
I think they might just stop updating it eventually and just let that version die. That's my prediction. Because that's something that Epic would do to fucking Steam users. Because they don't fucking care about Steam users, but it's something they can absolutely do. So as the other versions are updating, you can't crossplay because guess what? You're not on the latest update patch.
I mean, I've seen companies like that have bought stuff like this before, but they still update the other ones. Unless Epic is really just that shitty and spiteful.
That's how they are with Steam. Like, did you even see what they said? They're like, if Valve gives developers an 88% cut of revenue, then we'll stop buying exclusives. It's like, dude, fucking devs, whatever. Your customers actually aren't there because they fucking hate you right now. So yeah, that's...
So you spend another $700 on Rocket League.
Which I'm not going to. Literally, the last time I spent on Rocket League will be the day that is confirmed that the deal's done. That'll be the last day I spend money on Rocket League. Ever. And I'm committing to that one. Like 150%. There's a good chance I'll have to find another game to play. which is really fucking depressing because for the whole time you've known me, what is one of the games I play? Every day. Besides that Rayplay game. Every day.
What is it? Radiator?
Radiator 2 as well is another great game that's being bought by everyone.
Yep.
Oh man, I should pitch that to Robert Yang and see what he says. But no, yeah, it's one
They
of those
confirmed it was going to be delisted pretty much like
a day that all the
yeah.
details came out. My problem is so there's something that Dr. Sexy Tom brought up. It is going downhill already. Its player base is at its peak, or it was at its peak, and it's starting to slowly decline again because all the tournaments started getting up there, and people were like, "Oh shit, World Championship, blah 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 blah." You're seeing a steady decline in the player base again, like where it was like 45,000. Even during these peak like periods of play, it's only like 35,000. So that's like a fourth of your player base, and everyone who fucking bought it already, like, you're not gonna see a crazy return on investment for Rocket League. So what is Psyonix making right now that Epic wants to buy? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. They confirmed that they're working on Rocket League, and that's pretty much their exclusive deal right now. They love that they have Rocket League and everything like that. So essentially all they're doing is putting that game on a life support system when it didn't need to be, in a weird way.
So, looking at this, if you're saying, like, the player base is declining, Magic...
Consistent.
Well, not a video game was going through the same thing for the longest time because tournaments weren't worth going to. The products they were putting out, no one really wanted to play, which caused, like, the metagame to be stale and boring. Then they started putting out new stuff that people actually wanted to use and play, and the meta became more fun and more diverse, and more people did. And they changed the way that tournaments worked to make it more worthwhile to go to smaller things instead of just always trying to win the big things. I don't know how they could do that with Rocket League, because how do you change the game
How do you
that
change
way?
the fundamentals?
Because
I
it's
understand
like
the
Magic,
tournament side.
because Magic, like, the tournament side you could change. They could change the way the tournaments work
They
to
could
try to
boost
get
that
more
shit to hell.
to try to get more people into playing competitively. But
Chris,
like,
it's not going to be... I'm sorry, hold on one second. It's not going to be delisted if you own the game. It's going to be delisted from the Steam store. They've already confirmed... Like, Psyonix confirmed that one.
Yeah.
That's part of the exclusivity deal that they'll have on them.
But, like, how do you... With Magic, they go, okay, those cards rotated out. Here's new cards that are more fun to play with. How do you do that with Rocket League?
You don't.
How do you go, here's things that are more fun?
Here's my problem. Like, the cards that everyone plays, quite literally... Like, the top two, we'll say. Batmobile and Octane. It's the two that you'll see in every single situation that you watch for, like, World Championship. You can make revisions to the Octane. They tried that with the Octane ZSR, and they tried that with a different Batmobile and things like that. The only problem is, like, you can't change the fundamentals of Rocket League. So they could offer more in the tournaments, but will that bring in new players necessarily? Probably a couple.
I don't know if it'd bring in new players.
I would say it'd probably bring in a couple, because the tournaments would get bigger, so you'd see them on Twitch up on the top and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you'd probably bring in a couple. It's very minimal. Would it get your active player base that's already there playing in a little bit more?
Probably.
Probably, but here's the problem. They already bought the game.
Yeah.
They already spent the money. The most that you can do is monetize the fuck out of that game, which they already do. They already fucking do it. They have the esports shop, they have the premium DLC shop, they have the crates, they have the fucking Rocket Pass. Like, there's 4 different monetized pieces of game right there alone. So, it's one of those that this move and this whole developer shifting to, like, a very unpopular service on a very not popular, like, platform in general is very strange to me. Like, because you have to, at some point, like, if I was in Psyonix and I'm the head of the company and it's like, it's coming down to me, I'm like, you know what? Our company is getting an offer from Epic to be bought out. We have a massive player base right now. Like, 35,000 is nothing to bat an eye at every day. You know what I mean? We have a massive player base right now. We're constantly improving. We're constantly refining the game. They've stayed steady, like, minus that big drop that happened since, like, 2 seasons ago, like, where they've been steadily declining. But they've remained steady in, like, a good area, like a green area, I would say. The new monetization efforts, the Rocket Pass, made them go nuts, because now there's, like, limited time items, so it's keeping people who are buying them playing right now. You're looking at that. You're looking at your player base that you're super active with, that you have tournaments with, that you fucking interact with, that you do drops for, and you do all this. You look at Epic, and you say, okay, they're dropping this table on. Let's look at our crowd really quick. Okay. let's look at Epic's deal. Wow, that's fucking lucrative. You know what I mean? Like, it had to be. It had to be super lucrative.
Yeah.
But then, you're about to get bought out. So you're still going to be under their umbrella. You're going to be working for them. You're going to be seeing your product represented by their umbrella. You look at all this recent shit that's been going on, and you start saying, like, I don't know if I want to go with a company that has, lied to its player base. One who has compromised security. One who every person that, like, you see is, like, backlashing against heavily. Ones that are causing your game on Steam to get review bombed because you even hinted at the fact that it might happen. So, do you, as a company that wants to stay afloat, go towards something like that could eventually end up in an EA situation where EA buys and kills the company? Or do you say, you know what? They offered us, so we have a potential for money, and do you just go to another publisher and say, like, hey, just a heads up, Epic's offering this. We like the way your company operates. What do you say you try and bring us on? And we just get you this, like, the same deal, and then the company will counteroffer, maybe a little bit shittier, but you stay in the limelight. You stay in the positivity of your fans. I can't tell you how many people on that post said, wow, I will not be giving you another cent towards your fucking game. Like, I can't believe this. Like, why am I paying? Like, why am I, as a consumer, paying for stuff in Rocket League if you're just going to get bought out as a company anyway? The only reason I bought shit in Rocket League is because I played the game so much that it's like, every 10 hours of play, I spend $10. Like, that is pretty much what's been going on for it. Like, and that's been going on since, like, hour 1000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's like, every 10 hours of play, I'll spend, like, $10, or I'll buy the Rocket Pass for the season, or I'll spend, like, $1 on keys. And I've been supporting it for so long, like, why? You're just going to ignore, like, everyone's opinion on the Epic Store. You're going to ignore that money and just say, fuck it, an exclusive deal is better with a shit company. So, no, I won't be supporting them anymore. I think it's a shit move, in my opinion.
So,
I know I just said a lot, but I'm very passionate about this on the Epic Store, even more so than Borderlands, because Borderlands is at least till April. This is just, my game is gone. My game is going.
I think the only thing that they can really do to actually bring their game back is that they have to look at adding a different game type. Like, you have hoops or whatever it is.
You have hockey, basketball, and volleyball.
Yep. Let's stop looking at sports. It's called Rocket League. You can literally do anything with a rocket-powered car. Let's, like, they have to look at something else.
Here's a problem. That's happening. Do you know who's actually making that? The fans. You know where, though? The Steam Workshop.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, that's what they have to do to keep this game alive. Because right now people are like, it's the same old game. It's the same old game. Like, yeah.
That's why people will get tired of it.
The rules change slightly, but it's still the same mechanics over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like, you need to do something to change it up and make it different, or else it's not going to continue.
I agree with that.
Can you imagine if Final Fantasy kept doing the same kind of turn-based forever?
Could not agree with you anymore.
Would they have made it to 15? Fuck no, they wouldn't.
No. I agree with you 150%. Like, 150%. I know that I am a rare case when it comes to, like, they have sold so many copies of Rocket League. Like, I don't know the official figure or anything like that, but I remember reading, it was like something like they sold, like, officially, like, 1 million copies or something like that, which is a huge number. For me, I know I'm a rare case. I am somebody that comes back day after day after day after day just to play that same exact game style, that same exact game. That's not the average. Like, that is not the average by any means. I'm actually probably in a pretty decent minority. The reason being is I got, like, decent at the game. I entered, like, I think it was, like, top 10% of the player base or something like that. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to kind of keep doing that because I have fun and I do it well at this point. You're going to start turning away. Even one of the pro teams, like, the players were like, wow, what the fuck? Because not even the pro teams knew. Yeah. Like, oh my god. Like, oh, your entire livelihood on this game that has originated on PC, on Steam, is about to get completely turned sideways. Like, who knows what's happening with them now? So, it's fucked. It's fucked. Like, it just is. It's one of those things that Epic is now... like just taking its cancerous fucking sores and just spreading them all over the place. And they're gonna be like another EA where it's just studio after studio that they acquired. They're gonna acquire them. People are gonna be like, "Fuck you," and they're gonna go down. Well, that's my prediction.
With EA, it's not so much that EA acquires them. The people go, "Fuck you, EA," and then the studio dies. It's EA.
They make shitty decisions.
It's EA acquires the studio, goes, "All right, now make a game for us," and then they go, "But change this, do it this way, do it sooner, do it quicker, do it with less money, do it with less time," and it's just like, "We can't." And they're like, "All right, release what you have," and they're like, "But it's shit," and they're like, and then the games don't sell, and they go, "Why'd you guys do that?"
Which I have a feeling Epic is gonna do something very similar based on their whole like Fortnite thing. They're gonna act like they know more. You know that for a fact because they have the biggest game in a long, long time. Like in a long time. Like almost like since Minecraft, probably big game style.
Probably.
And it's one of those things that like you know that it's going to have influence on the way that developer now under that umbrella is going to function. You know it's going to be totally different environment where it doesn't look happy. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm very disappointed about that. What I think's funny is they have all this time to be like kind of transitioning to the next story. They have all this time to be throwing this money at devs, at fucking buying out, and doing all this. You know they delayed the roadmap by 3 months? You know, the one with basic functionality of a store, like a shopping cart?
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do when you go in the grocery store to buy a full thing of groceries?
Masturbate in the bathroom.
Okay, yeah, right after that.
On to the oranges.
So, it didn't sound like you were masturbating on the oranges. You were like, masturbating in the bathroom and then on to the oranges. Just,
Why not both?
So you go look at the oranges.
Well, you don't wash your hands and you just fondle the oranges and then just walk away.
Where do you shop for groceries?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I don't know where to go now. So yeah, you get a shopping cart. Anyway, but my thing is, it's like their roadmap was already criticized for being such a shit show because it's like, here's like some optional stuff and here's basic functionality at the end of it. People are like, wow, that is so stupid. And they're like, yeah, you see all this? We're gonna push it back a little bit. And you're like, oh my god, you guys are idiots. They're actually just dumb. Like, they're actually just a fucking horrible company.
Yeah, but if they buy enough studios so that you could only get the games you want to play on them, people just have to move over there. That's how this works.
Honestly,
it's supply and demand, and they're just trying to control the entire supply. They're literally trying to create a monopoly. That's what they're trying to do.
What's super funny is...
Because if you create a monopoly, it doesn't matter how shitty your product is. If you're the only place where they can get it, guess where they're going to get it from? Comcast. Disney.
Oh, come on. Disney wasn't that
Disney's
bad.
like the biggest fucking monopoly right now.
They're awful. They own everything.
They own fucking like every media outlet in the world right now. It's like, oh, you like this IP? Disney owns it. What?
So...
They own fucking Predator and Alien right now.
A bunch of people started doing research.
Predator's a fucking alien, or
Predator is an alien. You're right.
Okay, Alien Queen is a fucking Disney princess.
Amazing. Make that movie, you pieces of shit.
Either that or what's her face from the movie?
Ripley.
Yeah.
Nah, Alien Queen and Ripley.
Okay.
We're diverse.
I mean, there is that one where they're kind of where it's Alien Ripley.
Anyway, somebody did some research. Epic and its fans right now are constantly saying Valve is the monopoly in the entertainment space. Valve is the monopoly. Valve is the monopoly.
Right now they are when it comes to PC.
Did you know they're actually not, though?
Who has more of a market share than them?
Tencent. Tencent was one of the top 10 e-commerce platforms ever for digital content like video games. They own a 40% stake of Epic. They will soon own a 40% stake of the new monopoly that they already have a monopoly on. People did so much research.
Isn't Tencent like... Are they Chinese or Korean?
Chinese.
Yeah.
People are having a lot of issues because Tencent has been in a lot of like data breaches and a lot of things where they've sold off people's information or collected info that they weren't supposed to. So there's a big issue with that right now with Epic as well. But we're not going to get into that whole story because we've talked about how Epic has leaked or looked for files on your computer before. Tencent right now is technically the monopoly. And a lot of people did research and put out charts on it, and Valve isn't even in the top 10. They are just a big platform that is noticeable and very, 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 what is it, when you see something constantly.
So what you're saying is they're number 2.
They're not even in the top 10. So it's like, it's one of those things that, like, when you think...
So if you look
they're recognizable.
I was going to say, if you look at, like, subsidiary companies, it's like, sure, there might be other companies that own this much portion of these, this much portion of that, this much portion of this, but I'm talking about, like, purely places where you go to buy digital games.
So if you don't look at the umbrella, because Valve technically would be the umbrella for Steam. That's their property for it. If you don't look at it that way, I think they're number 3 of all-time digital sales or something like that. Like, for profit.
Because I was like, Humble Bundle's got to be up there.
It is. Because they have the $12 a month thing. Yeah. They have the regular bundles. They have the store. They have like, these crazy specials all the time. They actually get a lot of traffic.
I wonder
they
how
do a lot
much of them is just fucking mobile games.
Humble?
No, like, of the top digital game
That's why Tencent is in there. Because they are, like, number 1. Because of that. So, that's the issue. It's like, people want to say, like, oh, it's a monopoly. Like, Valve owns the entire market. It's like, they really don't.
They do for just PC games.
They have a very recognizable storefront.
For PC games... Like, if you take, like, mobile games and stuff out of it...
Oh, they're killing it. Absolutely.
Like, if you take mobile and shit and you're, like, just PC, I can't think of anyone who sells more just PC games except for,
No.
Except for, like, maybe Humble.
G2A.
Yeah, they just sell Steam, though. G2A literally just sells Steam games cheaper. G2A is what Epic Games should be doing.
No, they'd be sued so fast.
No, but not like sell Steam keys.
Oh, okay.
Just be like,
better deals.
What's this game price on G2A? Cool, match that price.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people would buy from Epic if it's like, hey, it's so much less shady than G2A? It's still not secure, but it's so much less shady than G2A.
So, our Twitter account kind of got into it about Epic because Randy Pitchford was commenting on the whole Epic exclusivity and everything like that. His cop-out every time is, oh, well, it's competition in the marketplace. It's not, because if I can't buy something from a competitor, you're not competing. That's not competition. It's monopolizing. His example was super funny. It was talking about, like, oh, I have to go to a Burger King to get burgers instead of a White Castle because a White Castle's an hour away. It's like, no, White Castle makes the burgers, and they're allowed to use their own restaurant as a storefront. Like, that's fine. I don't expect White Castle to be like, hey, I make these burgers, and I'm only gonna sell them in, like, Burger King. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's dumb.
I was gonna say, like, it's one
While
of those...
still putting them in mini-marts. Because, like, if you think of, like, the consoles, they're, like, mini-marts. You put them everywhere. Like, grocery stores, mini-marts, everything like that, you can get, like, White Castle burgers. But then only Burger King. Because why?
It's like, but what they're trying to do is, it's like, okay, it's not like, oh man, I have to go to Burger King because there's no other place around me. It's more like, I have to go to Burger King because they literally bought all the hamburger in the United States.
And Burger King. I mean, that's fine. I like Burger King. I'd rather Five Guys because, you know, or Wendy's. Oh, wow, I really hate Burger King. Huh.
Yeah, I don't like...
That used to be my favorite restaurant for fast food.
So, I actually like McDonald's burgers more than Burger King burgers.
Well, if they're $1, I mean, that helps.
But, like, so, as gross as it might be, I rate burgers purely on the patty. Like, the first time I'll try a fast food burger, literally take everything off, eat just the hamburger patty.
Nibbles.
Like McDonald's patties are gross, but they still kind of taste like hamburger. Burger King patties literally just take, like, someone soaked meat in, like, liquid smoke.
And it broils a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's all it tastes like. It doesn't actually taste like anything anymore.
That's why I love Five Guys so much, because, like, before we had a Five Guys in our area, like, I don't know how we're on this now, but... Oh, because Randy Pitchford, but I don't know why... But yeah, but Five Guys is so fucking dope with their non-freezer. Like, it just tastes... Oh, just kiss the asshole of the fucking... What do you call it? The cow. I don't know if you actually do that before you kill it, but I feel like that should be a tradition in China.
I'm sure there's a hentai out there for you somewhere, Mike.
Sick. Oh, my...
Like, there needs to be a Rule 34 that's just for Japan, where it's like, if it exists, someone's drawn it. Because
Like just a hentai.
Fuck, Japan's
like
weird.
a Rule 34 hentai clause.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Randy Pitchford talked about that, but his cop-out every single time is it's competition. And I kind of went at him on our Twitter account, and I asked him, I'm like, how is this for the consumer? Like they keep saying that Epic Games is for the consumer. They keep saying that it is something that is there for the consumer for healthy market competition. It's there for the devs for healthy market competition. Devs, I could kind of see because of the higher price cut, except for smaller devs because they're not allowed on the platform. What do I, as a consumer, what would make me buy a game on the Epic Store besides it being an exclusive?
Cheaper prices.
No, like right now.
Cheaper prices.
There's not. I'm saying like...
Oh, I thought you were saying like what could they do?
No, like they could do a ton. Right now, as it stands, what is there competitive about the Epic Store? Literally nothing. Not one thing except for we have games. And they know that they don't have anything that can't stand on its own two legs because they're buying all these games. And there's where my issue is. Randy Pitchford constantly talks about, oh, it's competition. What do I have as a consumer? Why would I go to your place of business that offers me less just to get one thing that could be pretty good, but ultimately, like, Metro Exodus could be a really fucking great game. It looks awesome. I've seen a bunch of gameplay and stuff like that. Could be fucking great. I'm not going to go there for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, or, hey, I have been buying Arizona iced tea, Arnold Palmer, since I was like fucking 12.
I'm pretty sure your dad actually shot that into your mom's womb instead of semen.
I hope so, because then that means I am 1/5 Arnold Palmer somehow. But that's the thing, like, I literally want to get the Arnold Palmer umbrella tattooed here because I drink with this hand, and I want to get the a piece of pizza here. Like, that's how much I love Arnold Palmer. Like, if all of a sudden all these places decided to say, fuck it to Arnold Palmer, and then one place got it, and it's like 10 miles up the road, and it's run by a guy who calls me cracker and, like, hits me with a stick every time I, like, go in the store, I'm probably not going to go there for Arnold Palmer anymore. I'll just make my own at home. Or, I'll go to this guy with an eye patch that says Argalot, and I'll fucking buy it off him for free, because he steals it from the store, and I feel good about it, because I hate that guy in the store.
Okay.
I don't know how thin that analogy was, but it felt pretty good. Also, I want a Pirate Bay tattoo. No. But that's my thing. What was super funny is Brian from Obsidia Studios tweeted about it. He's like, hey, he tweeted right at Gearbox, and he goes, hey, could I just send you guys a check for $50 and then go pirate your game? Like, I loved it so much. So, yeah, their roadmap's delayed. Randy Pitchford is, like, cucking out over it. Like, I don't know why cuck is such a good one.
I just love that word.
I think it's because I was listening to the 2019 guy right before this.
Yeah.
And I love that song now since Jason showed it to me. So, yeah, they delayed the roadmap. The one thing I will say, Borderlands is having some confusing language, and this is the whole reason we actually were talking to Randy Pitchford, or just yelling at him and then him not responding.
Why would he?
He responds to a lot of people, I found out.
Yeah, not us.
If you get him heated enough, he'll respond to anybody. Should just call him a cuck next time. Listen here, you fucking cuck. Just see what happens.
Probably won't respond to that.
He just blocks us. He came out on stage, and there was a huge Game Informer article where he came out on stage, said that there wasn't going to be those free-to-play microtransaction elements, and then talked about how there's costume aesthetics from, like, Borderlands 2 and, like, the little micro packs. What would you call those little micro downloads for money and little costume packs for money?
Game seasoning.
Okay, I like that more. But
Because you buy that little, like, seasoning packet, you put it on
here's what I'm gonna say, though.
your game ramen, and so much more tasty now.
Much like chicken, white people don't know how to season games. So, we're calling them microtransactions in this one. He literally kind of had a confusing statement. So, Game Informer clarified it. They're like, hey, they said no microtrans, but there will be, like, aesthetic ones. He went on a fucking tirade yelling at the editor of Game Informer for saying that we didn't lie. I'm not a liar. And the guy said, literally, like, we're not calling you a liar. We're clearing up your fucking stupid mess that you decided to do. Like, instead of Randy Pitchford, like, coming out and just being like, guys, I fucked up in the way that I said it. I should have said there's not going to be microtransactions besides ones that don't affect the game whatsoever. Instead, he just fucking went full emotional and just lost his fucking mind on Twitter. It was great. Hi, Randy. I really, really love your games. They're the best. Great value for your money. Love the art style. Cuck.
I don't think that'll work.
I want it to
I think
work.
he'll just look at that kind of like confused, like maybe like raise an eyebrow and then just keep going.
Maybe I'll think it's a compliment. Maybe he gets cucked. Maybe he just wants to watch.
Hashtag cuck.
Yeah, you fucking hashtag Randy the cuck. Let's get it trending on Twitter next week.
Randy Cuckford.
Randy getting cucked by Epic. Oof. Rough. So yeah, and then as well as that, like, more Borderlands bad news. Like, this is horrible. This is awful right now. Did you know the Borderlands Claptrap is not the same voice actor?
No. Does he sound the same?
No. So I'm sitting there. They did gameplay reveal this week, which is why everything was coming into fruition. And Claptrap came on, and he starts talking, and I'm like, man, they kind of fucked up the editing on this one. Like, he kind of sounds like off. And then I noticed, like, his inflection was kind of weird, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this doesn't sound like Claptrap. Like, I think, like, the voice actor fucked him up. Like, actually just fucked him up. And I'm sitting there watching, and it was, like, bothering me in a weird way. Because I'm like, you gotta think about it. Borderlands, who's one of the biggest characters you know? Claptrap. Shut up. I don't even want to hear your stupid smart-ass one. I was
gonna say Clomber.
Clomber X. Two of their collector's editions literally have Claptrap in it. There's a Claptrap figure. Claptrap is all over the goddamn place. And you know why they changed his voice?
They couldn't afford him.
They couldn't afford him. Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah.
So, was it Dave Ebbings or Eddings? David Eddings, who used to help run Gearbox, moved over to Rooster Teeth, which is a weird move to begin with. Like, that was such a weird... I went from Gearbox, a company that makes games, to Rooster Teeth, a company that fucks around with the games that are made. Like,
I was to say, they've been making a lot of their own original stuff recently.
So
not so much games, but like
movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, fucking Ruby and shit. Ruby fucking took off.
I like Rooster Teeth as a company. I think they're great. I don't watch a ton of their content. I'll be the first to admit that.
Ruby's great till Monty died.
Oh, yeah, the animator. I forgot about that. That was a very sad day around the community. Yeah. Like, that was a weird one because I didn't know who Monty was. And then, all of a sudden, like, the whole, like, my entire Facebook, like, it gets flooded every once in a while with, like, weird shit.
Yeah.
That was a flood.
Because he was so good at what he did with, like, choreography and stuff like that.
He seemed like a genuinely good dude, too.
And then he's like, he kind of did what, like, R.R. Martin and stuff like that, where they're like, here, this is the direction I want it to go. You guys take it from here, so you kind of like know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
But then they're just like, let's make it chibi, and you can literally hear him like rolling in his grave because he's like, "What the fuck have you done to my project?
You have killed me." That'd be great. He rees from the grave. You don't rise from the grave anymore. You rees from the grave. So yeah, Dave Eddings is no longer Claptrap, and it sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds off, because, like, you hear him talk, it doesn't sound like him, and there's not the same type of inflection. Like, it's not the Vault Dwellers! Like, it's off. So, yeah.
Oh, that's a quote and a half.
What?
From David Eddings. Some guy asked him, "Are you still Claptrap in BL3?" And he goes, "No. For the first time, I insisted on getting paid for my performance, and all of a sudden they couldn't afford me. Now I'm not telling them how to run their business, but maybe the next time they should put the $12 million payment from 2K in Gearbox bank account instead. Just saying."
How fucking wild is that? So, yeah. So you know how much the Borderlands exclusivity deal was then?
Mm-hmm.
$12 million. Do you feel like $12 million was enough for exclusivity?
Yeah.
Do you?
12 million's a lot.
That's a lot of money. Is it enough that you potentially turn away your Steam crowd? That's the question.
Well, from the sound of it, it sounds like it wasn't really Gearbox who had the control over that. It was 2K.
Here's my issue with that. Yes, 150% yes. My problem now is Randy Pitchford, head of Gearbox, defending it. Instead of just not responding, instead of doing everything, he's obviously on board in a big way. And that makes you think he probably got a little cut on that. You know what I mean? Because if, like, put it this way. We're under IMBG, right? And I decide to go off and make, like, a little sub-channel that, like, makes amazing, amazing content. All of a sudden, like, Pornhub wants to buy our content for exclusive deals. And I'm like,
Are you talking about Tumblr?
No. I'm talking about me.
Did you hear about that story?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec. But my problem is, it's like, if you decided, like, oh, yeah, no, we're fucking doing that. And it's like, yeah, well, I don't have, like, real control over my channel or anything like that, so I guess I gotta kind of abide by that. It's like, we take a $12 million cut. If I truly didn't get any of that, I would just kind of stay silent on this situation so I could keep making my content and keep making money to some extent. If I got a paycheck in that where it was like, oh, Mike, you get $2 million if you just, like, fucking agree with this. Okay. And then when people call me out, no, dude, it's not that bad. Because that $2 million is pretty fucking hot in my pocket right now. By the way, that Lambo, I found it. You know what I mean? Like,
so I like how...
Let's be real. That 83 Rapid, that it's really nice all of a sudden instead of a shitbox. I can't wait for my Rapid to not be a shitbox. It's such a shitbox. Go ahead.
So, like, the only thing is, like, the only thing we don't know is how much they actually offered and how much he requested. That's the only caveat to the story. It's like, he could have been like, alright, this is going to be, like, your biggest game of, like...
$1 million.
Like, whoever. Pay me $1 million. And they could have been like, we'll give you 900,000. He'd be like, that's not enough. And they're like, we can do 900,000.
So,
It's like, is that 100,000? Is that worth it? It's like, or was he like, alright, we can give you the $1 million. He's like, alright, I need $2 million then. And they're like, no. Like, that's the only thing. It's like, was he greedy? From the sounds of it, no, he wasn't.
So here's why.
But you don't know.
I would say he probably wasn't greedy because here's my thing. He knew Gearbox's financials. He knew what they could afford to pay him probably for that role, and he probably requested what they could afford to pay for him for it. And they just said
and he
no.
also knew how much they were back from this game, how much they were going to make from this game.
The fact that $12 million doesn't come out of nowhere. He knows something there.
Mm-hmm.
So he came in with ammo, and they just didn't want to play.
But, like, he might have actually asked for a ridiculous sum. He might have.
So...
Knowing, like, you could say knowing what he knows what to ask for. He also might have known how... He might have tried to stretch that, thinking he knew too much.
I'd imagine, like, somebody who ran their company would probably ask for a decent amount, yes. I also think he knows the limitation of voice acting in the average pay, which... he probably was entitled to a little bit more from a Gearbox claptrap role. You know what I mean? Because it's a big main role.
He's iconic, yeah.
You are the first. He is the first character you see every Borderlands. Here's claptrap. You know what I mean? So, well, for the tutorial, we already had this discussion about Marcus and all that stuff. But my big thing is like, yeah, he probably deserves a couple extra bucks, and I think every fan would agree to that. That yes, he did deserve a couple extra bucks because he's put in fucking work over the years, volunteering. Maybe, yeah, you did stretch it a little bit, because, you know what, you didn't get paid for the first 3 games. This one's going to be super big. Yeah, maybe I'll stretch it by a little bit. Even at that point, he volunteered for 3 other games. Yeah, give him a little fucking extra, make this game a banger, and see what you want to do from there. No, they fucking recast him, and he sounds like a fucking idiot. It's barely claptrappy.
It's one of those things where it's like,
2K writes his checks, that's why he shills. Look at work, no different here. Oof.
It's like you can't say for sure. It's like when bullshit happens at work and people say one thing, it's like you can't know for sure.
No, I know.
You weren't there.
I know you touched on Mike.
I mean...
Look, he just didn't... Oh, you can't even see your hand.
No one can see this.
He's doing this.
No one can see this.
He's doing this. We don't know for sure, though, if he was actually doing that.
Right?
I hate this. This game sucks. But yeah. I'd imagine, though, I would like to think that him knowing the inner workings, yeah, he probably did stretch it a bit. A bit. I think he knew where his limit was, and I think he just tried to push for the limit, and they just didn't want to push the limit. Did it restart for you really quick there?
No.
Oh, it flashed for me for a second.
Oh, so it got dim really quick, but it didn't, like, restart or anything.
Oh, I got you.
It looked like my mouse just moved over, but I didn't actually touch my mouse.
I got you. But, and I definitely think that 12 million figure, you don't pull 12 million out of your ass. That's not like, oh, they just got 12 million to 2K. Like,
No.
That's a very specific number. And Randy starting to defend that is starting to make a little more sense. Because honestly, like, I mean, even if I did accept money for that, I might be like, yeah, guys, you know what? Like, give Epic a try. Trust me, it's evolving. I've seen the inner workings. You know what I mean? Try and make it positive, not just, it's competition, because it's fucking not. Don't make up shit. Don't try and defend it. Just be like, listen, we did this to help expand the Epic Store so that you have options in the future. We get that you're not happy right now, but just bear with us. They have a roadmap and they're working on it. You know what I mean? Like, assure people. Don't go back at your own fucking fans. And that was something I put in the tweets to him. I'm like, listen, I own every collector's edition you guys have put out. I own every fucking figure you guys have put out. I own every game. I own promotional material. I'm like, you have to ask why your fans are so mad and so passionate. You can't just disregard them. So, yeah. That's a big thing for me. It's like, you can't disregard that your fans are super passionate.
Yeah.
Why are they passionate about it? Because you made amazing stuff in the past, and they're passionate for your company, and they want to support you, but you making the bad move makes it harder for them to support you, and that passion then bleeds over to that. I think I put that in a good way, right?
Yeah.
Moving on! Because fuck Epic, you stupid bitch fuckers. Razer! It's making a toaster. Yeah, they're into bestiality. Not Razer. Epic. I'm saying it right now. Slander.
I was going to say, like, I thought this was a joke when I read this, but you told me there's a story behind it.
So, the Razer toaster is finally going to be a reality. I believe it was 2015. Razer tweeted for April 1st.
I don't even fucking remember this.
So, it was an image of a black toaster with the green Razer logo, pulling out a red with a Razer logo, and then green underglow on it, as per Razer.
Razer, because that's their thing.
They said if they got 1 million likes, they would actually make this toaster. So, people started negotiating with them. They got 44,000 likes in total. So that's
not a lot.
That's shy, right? That's shy of 1 million. You want to know how they hit that 1 million that they're going to actually make it now? Right around the time of the campaign, people asked, hey, if I get a tattoo of this Razer toaster, can it count for 100,000 likes? 12 people now have Razer tattoos because they agreed to it. So 1,244,000 equivalent likes got the Razer toaster made.
That's disgusting.
There's people with a fucking Razer toaster just right here. Like, I have some tattoos and I'm like, I'm not feeling them anymore. You have a fucking toaster from Razer on your arm, you
But think
dumbass.
of the story you can tell.
Yeah, it's worth 100,000 likes.
They made it for real. This was the dream right here, boys. We tattooed this into reality.
Your grandkid's sitting down.
Fucking Okami this
What
shit.
the hell is this shit, Grandpa? Hold on, you bring out the dusty, dimly green lit toaster from the cupboard.
That you plug in and doesn't work because Razer.
You push it down, it's just a W key that pushes it down.
No, it's an F key.
Holy shit. F should be the...
Press F to make toast.
It should be the W key to push it down, F to eject it early. Because then you just kill the heat. Oh my god. But yeah, the Razer toaster is a real thing. They said it might take a few years to develop because... I don't know, because just fucking slap a matte black paint job and some LED lights in a toaster.
It's more like, how do you have the lights coming out from the bottom that don't just explode in the heat?
LEDs. Just wrap LEDs around the bottom. They got this. It's gonna be so dope. I can't wait to buy one. I will own one.
Yeah?
Like, I will 150% own one.
$1,000.
Don't care.
It has 8 gigs of RAM.
Done. If it plays... Can you imagine they make one and it has a screen on the side. It's like the special edition, and it runs Doom. Just as an ultimate joke with id Software.
No, I want it to somehow, like...
Toasters what? Razer's making toasters. They finally got a million likes.
I want it to be, like... You know how, like, you can combine all your Razer stuff together in, like, Razer software to have it all, like, interact at the same time?
Oh, yeah.
Have the toaster be part of that?
I hate that.
So, like...
I hate it so much.
So, like, you take a screenshot, and you can send it over to your toaster, and it'll toast that screenshot on your toast?
I love that now. See, I thought we were going in a different direction. I love that idea. I want an RGB printer toaster.
That's the shitty thing about Razer, is that Razer RGB is just all green. Different shades of green.
Oh, they have on the Chroma?
No, it's still green.
You're going to have to get either the Black Widow toaster or the Black Widow Chroma toaster.
Still all green.
Oh, no. Just why? It was like an April Fool's joke that a bunch of people got tattooed on them. Cause...
Razer, even their colors are green.
All of their colors are green?
All of their colors are green.
Okay, I was like, even their colors are green? I'm like, what else is? Their logo, I guess.
Everything. It's green.
Everything.
Green and black.
Everything is green. So yeah, that's a thing. I need to find out where we're at on here, because we've been skipping around.
Damn.
Well, it's weird. Like, we've had weird transitions for a lot of them.
Just start deleting them as you go.
No, I found it.
Okay.
I see it.
Okay.
In a very wide view. With
Okay.
high resolution. And 120 hertz. And compatibility to work with every Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and other VR platforms. It is the Valve Index.
Oh, do you want to talk about the Tumblr thing before we forgot about that?
Fuck. All right. Forget the Valve Index. We'll do that in a minute. What's going on? Tumblr? Oh, yeah. Pornhub wants to restore it.
So no, hold on. It was literally, it's a story in 4 pictures. It goes, Tumblr bans porn. No, it's Tumblr's, like, user base is plummeting. Tumblr bans porn. Tumblr is up for sale. Pornhub is interested in buying Tumblr.
They literally said they're interested in restoring it to its former glory. And
because it's like, it's weird to say, but like, there's no better place that it could be just a weird, just, here's all my porn artwork, follow me.
not
like,
only that,
there's like Twitter, but like Twitter's not great for that still.
So the weird thing is, like, even if you were ever on Tumblr and you were like looking up like art and shit like that, like quite literally, like I have tried to find like so many different like weird Ava artwork pictures and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, people have them on DeviantArt, but then you'd have like ones on Tumblr that were pretty fucking wild. And it's like over on the side, it's like, oh, it's just like actual cam horses, and you're like, what? That's what they are anymore. But it's just actual cam horses, and it was like that's their hangout away from like their platforms.
Yeah,
and that's super weird that they would ban that, because that was such like every time you're looking at something, like every time you'd go into a thread, you would see something like that. It wasn't like I hated Tumblr in like a really bad way,
did.
But it was like every time you would end up there, there was cam horses all over the place. So
and hentai.
A lot of fucking hentai. A lot of hentai. Larry's stomping ground besides the Haven. The Haven. Hentai Haven.
Oh, they closed.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It was
okay.
their stomping ground besides the Haven. I remember that. But I remember it got reignited. They're relaunching somehow.
Calling it reignited.
Yeah, reigniting.
Makes it sound like it's the Olympic flame coming back to life. I'm gonna
kill the candle because it's very root beery in here now.
I can't smell it anymore.
I could still. It's probably because I'm right next to it.
Probably.
Were you on stream the other night when it got too much and I had to stop it?
Yeah.
I was sitting here. I was like, it smells like I shit root beer out of my pants, and I'm bathing in it now. Like, it was disgusting.
I was literally just there in chat, just saying shit. And I'm like, people fucking talk.
Yeah,
I was just trying to get people to talk.
Well, we had like a consistent 10 that night too, and it was just like nobody was chilling.
There was like
a phoenix, they will be reborn into a cesspool of spunk,
of smut,
of schmegma.
Oh man, that's where I want to go to live.
A cesspool of schmegma?
Yeah.
Ew. You know what you probably need? Some goggles that offer 120 hertz.
Well, I mean, if Pornhub buys it, you're gonna find those videos on there somewhere.
Fuck. Yeah, there...
Is there any better use for a VR headset than porn?
No, because Half-Life 3 is not out yet.
And when Borderlands 3 ends up being a VR game.
Or when Left 4 Dead 3 is VR. Or they make a Portal VR that I will throw up in gladly every day. I'm going to have a vomit bucket right here if they make a Portal game.
Would that be like the most disappointing, most well-kept secret ever? It's just like, Borderlands 3 comes out and you're like, by the way, VR game. And you're just like, fuck.
Why? Why would I say fuck?
You want to play Borderlands in VR?
I'd play Borderlands in VR.
Oh, that'd make me nauseous.
I'd play Borderlands 3 in VR.
There's so much movement.
My only thing is, I would do it with the Valve headset because of the way that they're designing it. It's supposed to help with a lot of the things that fucked with me when I would play. Like, I played that Gorn game, that one where you get to, like, just beat people and it's kind of like cartoony and everything like that. I turned a lot. Like, I was running around. I almost punched Trav Cox, the one kid who always comes on here.
Yeah, he deserves it.
I almost punched him. Like, I was this close because I couldn't hear it. I was wearing noise-canceling headphones and this, and I was like, I'm going to do a fist round because you're yelling because you have headphones on. And literally, I'm sitting there, like, just going like this because you get a wider hit if you do this. And literally the way it describes it is he was sitting in his chair and, like, back like this, and the fist came, like, right past his face. And then I hit his wall, and I thought I broke his controller for a second. I'm like, oh my god, what did I break? I love VR so much. It's just such a fucking wild experience.
You're
like,
right, Beat
I love
Saber
it.
is fun.
Or a VR game where you can use the Razer Toaster. You're dreaming too big, my dude. You're dreaming way too big. The Razer Toaster is years away from being a real product. We just got it confirmed. Way too much expectation for it to be in VR yet.
It's clearly a next-gen toaster. We'll see it in 12 months.
Yeah, Jesus. No. The toaster is coming out in 2022. It will not be in VR till 2030. People will not be able to replicate this thing. It is going to be so high-tech. Those curves, people are going to get them wrong.
It's gonna have two 2080s in it.
I mean, if you really want to do it, you can just put two fucking Vega cards in. It'll probably toast anyway.
Yeah.
What's the Razer Toaster running? An AMD Radeon Vega. No, really, what? Yep.
The toast is your heatsink. You want to keep playing games? You better have a lot of fucking bread, my dude.
Your VRMs are just your fucking toasters. They're just your elements, are the VRMs on a Vega. Yeah, we just took off the water cooler and let it heat up for like 30 seconds till it just shuts off, and that's when your toast pops.
Yeah. That'd work.
That'd be pretty fucking wild. Maybe we'll try that. Let's make one.
How great would that be if that's actually what they're doing? Is they're like, let's find a way to actually just toast this with computer components.
Like, just overclock them and heat them up really quick? That'd be fucking wild.
What would you be able to do that enough with where it wouldn't just die?
Probably an AMD card, to be honest.
Yeah, they're born to light things on fire.
Because the thing is, you start rolling like 1080s, 2080s and all that, they just smoke and shut off. The AMDs just heat until they can't heat and then explode.
I'm pretty sure they run on thermite.
Just fucking thermite grenades in your computer?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What if they make it where it's like a 3D printer, but it draws pictures on your toast with lasers? We just talked about that, where it integrates with your Razer software. Almost like the Asus ROG water cooler that has the little Giphy thing. I want it so bad, but it's such a bad cooler. But it'd be great if it could do that. Not with lasers so much, but if it just knew where to heat the elements properly.
That's basically how they do it now when they have those fancy, like, design toaster ones.
I haven't seen that. You're talking about, like, Hello Kitty faces and stuff like that. Yeah.
They toast the Death Star on it and shit like that.
Yeah, but you'd have to have those moving. That's the only thing.
If you have two 2080s in there, you'll get them moving.
Oh, yeah, done. Fuck it, yeah. Two 2080s, an i9 9700K or 9900K.
64 gigs of RAM.
All cooling taken off.
2 SSDs,
64 gigs of RAM. What are we, poor? 128 gigs of RAM, people.
2 SSDs.
M.2 SSDs.
Yeah.
Running in RAID.
Yeah.
Oof. Wow. Razer fit a lot into a toaster.
It's a big toaster.
These micro PC builders are bitches compared to Razer.
Can you imagine you build that and you're just like, I really wish I could connect a screen to this toaster.
The HDMI port. Like, on the card, they actually remove the HDMI port so you can't do it. Like, hey guys, fuck you. And they show a video of them ripping them off with, like, tweezers.
It's not like, they didn't even cover them. They're just not even there.
They just rip them off the PCB.
The solder's just broken off.
They get NVIDIA to make them with custom VGA.
Cards that you don't even have them?
No, they give you VGA, so even if you want to, you can't even see HD out of it.
No, it's fucking like Serial or something like that.
I wasn't going that far back, but Jesus Christ. No, all it is, it's Thunderbolt, but they don't have display drivers on these custom cards. All it can do is charge. Razer just shitlords their entire toaster. But yeah, Valve did announce the Index VR maybe for the toaster in the future, but
it's big for both eyes.
It's huge. It's 20%, or 20 degrees larger than HTC Vive, which already had a very wide gamut, and it has the 120 hertz or 144 hertz experimental drivers on each side. 1440 by 1600, so very good pixel density, which is going to help with a lot of that like pulling you out type of deal. And it works. The most important part to me, that like because they didn't announce a game or anything yet, the most important part, besides it being $1,000, and that's for the base station, the controller, and the headset, the most important part, it works with every previous VR title. It just works. Todd Howard, 2017 or 2018. But that's the thing. They built it to not only be able to do that. There's a front expansion slot for USB for developers. Mm-hmm. There's 2 full color cameras for AR, so I could tap in and almost have like a Blade Runner-esque like HUD system type deal.
You can put your phone in if you want to be like one of those weird people.
It has a 3.5mm jack for your headphones to TRS patch, so you can use better headphones.
Thank Christ.
Right! Like, just so there's been so much small stuff that Valve has been working on with that if you look at the headset, it's the first VR headset that they announced for $1,000 that I'm like, I can see it. Like, I can 150% see it. Because even the HTC Vive Pro, above that, and that's just the headset. And you're like, okay, like, I get that it's high resolution. Valve came in swinging to this market right now, in my opinion.
I mean, I won't buy it because I still can't justify $1,000 for VR.
So,
but yeah,
it
now seems like the one to get.
Here's my take. I will not spend $1,000 on it at launch, at all. I was getting ready to. Do I know why I'm not? Because there's no first-party game for it yet. Valve has confirmed by the end of the year that there will be a first-party game that has been in development for years coming out for it.
Portal 2.
I hope so. But here's my thing. If it's not Half-Life, I'm still waiting on that headset. If it's not, or if it's like Portal or Left 4 Dead, I will enjoy the games. Standard. If it is not Half-Life, I will not be buying a $1,000 headset.
I can't think of any game that I love enough to make me buy a $1,000 headset just for it.
So
I can't.
It wouldn't be just for it.
You could be like, here's Monster Hunter somehow in VR, and be like, nah, fuck it.
Here's my thing. It wouldn't be just for that. I love VR. I myself don't own a VR headset yet. So it's one of those that I would wait to spend and invest in my VR set until the game that I've been waiting for it comes out. And then I can enjoy an entire back catalog. Because I love, like, I played Beat Saber and shit like that. I love that.
Like, the only thing that might ever do that would be if they finally give us, like, the Pokemon RPG that everyone wants, where it's, like, more of a first person where you actually walk around and do stuff that way.
And you can actually
instead of just, like, top-down kind of shit.
Well, you've seen the, Knuckles controllers too, right?
Yeah.
So, like, can you imagine, like, having that, holding the Pokeball and throwing it? Yeah. That'd be fucking wild.
But you know why that's never going to happen?
Valve.
Well, no, I was going to say Nintendo is never going to put anything on a PC.
No, but as we move forward, I mean, this for Valve is setting a precedent for next-generation VR headsets. Not the Oculus S or the Vive Pro. The next generation. Valve is swinging in this market space, and if they want to, they've dominated a lot of the market spaces besides the Steam Machine one that they have gone into. Steam Machine,
good concept. Just
it was a great concept. The only problem was it was right when PC components were starting to go down in price and people were really getting into like building their own PCs. If they would have released it closer to when consoles were a lot bigger, I think they would have saw a massive spike. But that's I have no way.
It's basically like the way you get console players into PC, where you're like, here's a box, so just play all the games. Don't worry about it. Don't have to worry about specs or shit. Just, here you go. Upgrade it if you want.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you do it, and that's what they tried to do, and
it just didn't take off. And honestly, I think it's like a misplaced timing thing. But overall, like, if Valve wants it, this VR space is about to become theirs. If they really push for this and they push out, like, a Half-Life game and they're like... Because Boneworks, the one that they've been working with the developer on, and, like, saying, like, we need you to showcase this kind of stuff and we need you to be good with it. It's incredible what they're doing with Boneworks. Like, it's incredible work. The physics engine is very reminiscent of what they did with Half-Life 2. When they came in and they're like, look at all this crazy shit. This new market space of VR, it feels like that's what they're moving towards. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm happy about that. It's just, $1,000 right now? No. When Half-Life comes out? Yes, because, and it's the exact same thing you said, though. It won't just be for Half-Life. It'll just give me an excuse to finally invest in a VR headset so that I could play all the titles that I've been waiting on. Like, I would go back, I would play Accounting Plus, I would play the Rick and Morty game, I would play Half-Life, I would play Budget Cuts, I'd play Beat Saber, play a lot more Gorn and things like that. There's a climbing game that I love.
So many games to get me to spend $1,000 to
see what I'm saying though? Like, I named 6 just off the top of my head, and there were more that I've played before that I loved that I would continue to keep growing.
Honestly, the problem is that there's just not enough VR games where I look at them and go, that's something I could sink tons of hours in. Like, a lot of them are like, that'd be fun to play for like a couple hours here, a couple hours there, but then that's kind of it for me.
So if
there's nothing that has grabbed me yet.
If Half-Life comes out, and it's like Half-Life 2, and it's a very replayable game, and there's like crazy AI and crazy physics engines and things like that. Oh, Boneworks as well. And there's all that. There's a good chance I sink a couple 100 hours into VR immediately. And it starts making that purchase a little easier to swallow.
I mean, I guess if they give me, like, VR Gundam Simulator, that'd be pretty sick.
So here's something to think about as well. If they just make Source 2 for Half-Life VR, if they just say, this is official Source 2, here's the new creation kit, and all the mods come out all of a sudden, think about how many mods there are for Half-Life.
Like 4.
Like 5, actually. But
okay.
Yeah, exactly. 5.
More than I thought.
There are 5 mods for Half-Life. Ever.
It's a really hard game to mod.
So if you get Half-Life, there's 5 more games right there. Like, but you know what I mean? Like,
well, one of them's just Big Head Mode. I don't know, that's really a brand new game.
It is a fucking brand new game because it totally changes the way you look at people.
It also makes it really easy because everyone's really easy to headshot.
You're just looking for faults.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just realized Dumbo's still here.
He's never going away because you always, like, you see him and you're like, I forgot he was there. Then, like, a minute later, you completely forgot that you remembered that he was there.
Yeah, that's true. Because he's so small now. He's just kind of hiding in the picture.
And he kind of blends in with the couch, too.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, can you point downward? Right there. Yep, nope, a little bit. This way. This way. No, the other way. Right there. Oh my god, that's like perfect. There you go. There's Dumbo. We should hide Waldo on here. Just chilling out.
Where is he? There. Up a
You're
little.
putting it in his butt.
Oh no.
Now everyone knows he did it. See what I did? I caught him. Now we do know it happened. We knew you touched him. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Did you know that Notch isn't invited to Minecraft's 10-year anniversary?
I saw that, but I forgot about it. I mean, I can see why they did it, because they had that whole stance of, like, we don't like what he said, so we removed his name from the game credits thing, but, like...
This is a big thing.
Come on!
This is a 10-year thing.
Come on!
You need to have him there, even if you just say...
Even if you don't agree with the thing that he said, he is literally the reason you exist.
He's the reason this event exists. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he made the game.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a 10-year celebration.
That's why I think they could never remove his name from the credits. They did it no matter what he says. I don't think they ever should, unless he goes way...
Unless he goes, like, super, like, hey, I'm a Nazi now, and this is my views, and you're like, okay, now you're gone. He has to
go real bad for them to just, like, nuke it.
To not invite the creator that spent his personal life for years making this game.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I don't care if you don't agree. Again, I don't care if you don't agree with what he said. It's a 10-year celebration of your god at this point. Bring him there, if only for a speech or a small, hey, or you're here.
Or just he's here. Doesn't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
Just he's here.
So Notch got Kojima'd. He got a little worse than Kojima'd, because Capcom, like, still acknowledges Kojima as a game creator and, like, sells his games with his name on it. Notch just isn't on Minecraft anymore. They took out his name from all the references, they did all that, and now he's just delisted from their 10-year anniversary.
I mean, they did some shit with games that was kind of shitty to Kojima.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But, like...
They didn't just say fuck you to the creator. Like, they didn't look at their literal leader and just be like, none of it. None of that anymore. And it's all over just Twitter comments. Like, it's one of those things that, okay, he said some shit that's a little edgy, edgelordy, kind of like, oh, okay, that's a little... Say you don't agree, but he is an integral part of your game. And you give him an agreement. Just be like, listen, you are invited, but we had some issues that we had to remove you from this game. If you want to come, our conditions are you talk about the game, and that's it.
Well, it's like if you watch any infomercial, it's like the views and opinions expressed in this commercial are not held by whatever channel you're like. Just put that disclaimer on. It's like, yeah, we don't agree with any of this shit. His views and whatever are his own, like not ours at all. He still created the game.
He still made what you now consider your job. He's a billionaire for creating it, for Christ's sake. Like, I don't know. Like, even if I hated, like, let's say it was like Hubert Joly created Best Buy or something like that, or who was H.H. Gregg?
I don't fucking
Let's
know.
say Johnny Smith, the guy who created H.H. Gregg, said some kind of fucked shit, but you're like, it's not bad per se. And then all of a sudden, I have a 10-year bash for H.H. Gregg. Do I not invite him to the thing?
No, of course not. He's a loser.
Well, yeah, his whole company is, like, going down. We're the last H.H. Gregg that's still open, so...
My god, I've never actually seen what Notch looks like.
Really?
He looks exactly like what I expected him
Big
to
old
look
neck
like.
beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And half the pictures have him in, like, some kind of fedora-like hat.
Uh-huh.
He looks exactly like what I expected him to look like.
Yeah.
God damn.
He's not very slick, to say the least. But yeah, Notch is not invited to Minecraft's 10-year anniversary because, you know, yep. I can't even think. Like, what would be our last thing here? Doomslayers Club.
Yeah, so it's basically just...
This is all you.
It's a fan club for Doom. You sign up for it. It's free to do on Bethesda's website. It's all through Bethesda because, you know, they make Doom. But
Okay.
you get, like... I forgot, they're like Slayer points or something they're called, and you get them just from, like, doing things on their website, reading articles, watching videos, doing shit like that.
Oh, this is very much like the Borderlands VIP award
Yes.
system. Okay.
And then you can turn those points to either get in-game stuff for the new game when it comes out, or just actual Doom swag, where it's like, hey...
Like physical merch.
Yeah, you can get
pretty
physical merch from it.
Like, kind of like this little guy.
You can also do it just by playing, like, the original Doom. I think it's pretty much all online stuff, because it's, like, Slayer points, they call them. And I think those are only online.
That's pretty cool.
But you can just earn points the points that you earn in the... What is it, 2016 was when the last Doom came out? Or was it older than that?
That actually sounds correct. That actually sounds right on the nose.
2016 Doom. You get stuff to unlock, like, skins and shit in the new one. You just have Doom chilling over there?
I have a PS4 version. It came out 2016.
Yeah.
Like, dead on.
So, Doom 2016, I think I know that for how many times I listened to BFG Division.
BFG
and it's
Division?
It's just OST 2016 is at the end of it. I'm pretty sure if I YouTube that right now, it literally will tell me when the OST came out.
I wonder where the beautiful BFG Division is. That's not on my desktop anymore.
I still have it somewhere.
You still have it? It's probably in my Dropbox, too.
Just Doom 2016.
OST. Yeah,
That's how I know that.
What's that song called? BFG Division.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like crazy like metal orchestral like type stuff, BFG Division is like
It's
epic.
Pure Anger, the song.
Yeah, it's great. And then I put it to Marilyn Manson's Beautiful People, and for some reason it actually fucking works.
I just love the comments for this video, because it's just like, I now want to punch babies. I listened to this while working out. Now I am God. Went to listen to this while I was running. Ran around the world. Be right back. Like,
it is a very driving song, and that's why I like. It almost reminds me of like.
I listen to this on my Mac now. It's a PC.
Yeah, that guy wins the comment section. It almost reminds me of like when you would listen to like a Brandon Small track. Go ahead.
Most other people, video game soundtracks are generic and boring. Mick Gordon, hold my beer.
Hold my fucking beer. But it reminds me of like a Brendan Small like Metalocalypse style song, like where it's big, it's driving, and it has like craziness to it, but it's structured so well that it just feels like this organized hell army type of deal.
If I got like 1 point for every time I listen to BFG Division, I'd be able to get all the merch in their store.
All of the points.
If that was literally a thing, it's like, hey, sign up for the Slayer Club. Listen to BFG Division, get a point. I just like repeat.
Yeah, just this 24/7 on here.
24/7.
Courtney would be yelling at me, Mike, you need to turn off the fucking song. The door's locked for a reason, Courtney. You can't turn it off.
It's 9 minutes and 3 seconds of amazing.
Yeah, it's a good song. I like that one. But that's what it reminds me of a lot. It reminds me of like Brendan Small like levels of like rock orchestra. Yeah. So it'd be cool to see him and Brendan Small get together and do a track. By the way,
yeah, side note, that's what the fan club is. Do stuff, get Doom merch / skins and shit for the new game. So you can start unlocking stuff now if you want, I guess.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. This is like really the first game where it's like, hey, play the old game, unlock stuff in the new game. That's not just like you have a save file kind of thing. It's like legit just earn skins now.
So where is it on this? I gotta wait for this to load up apparently.
Yeah,
but... SOAD. It's so sad.
That's one of my least favorite acronyms for a band is just SOAD. Because it's like, System of a Down sounds cool. You don't know what the fuck it means, but it sounds cool. Then you hear SOAD and you're like, eh?
Yeah, I was never SOAD'd like that. Like, I never liked that. But, so, what's the guy's name who did that soundtrack?
Mick something, okay. I forget.
So, composer Bear McCreary
Mick Gordon
helped produce a cover of... Hold on, let me get this right. A cover of Blue Oyster Cult's Godzilla song for the new Godzilla movie. Serj Tankian is quite literally the vocalist. Brendan Small, Gene Hoglan, and Brian Beller from Metalocalypse and Deathclock did the instrumentals for that piece. So you have a legendary producer, a legendary vocalist, and a legendary team of musicians teaming up for this song. It's not as amazing as you think it would be. I'm going to warn you early. Like, there's a little bit of disappointment to it, because it kind of seems like Serj just kind of, like, fell into his own vocal spot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when an artist kind of knows themselves too much and they're not trying as hard. It kind of felt like that. The music is fucking wild with the orchestra and everything like that. Like, Brendan Small absolutely killed it. It was pretty wild shit. But it's a fun song overall. I've cranked it at work a few times. I think it's pretty fun. But yeah, just speaking of Metalocalypse, I just totally forgot about that.
I mean, I told you the one thing that Mick Gordon did is he took a old satanic Bible and turned it into a some kind of weird amplifier thing that he uses to make his music sound all crazy.
Wasn't that... I thought he took a skull or something. I thought no, who recorded the whole album through the skull? I forget who that was.
I don't know.
There was a weird band that recorded an album through like a human skull. It was super weird.
I could probably find it from Mick Gordon's YouTube thing.
Either way.
Yeah, whatever.
It's BFG Division is a great song. There's a new Doom system where you'll be able to get points to be able to unlock new items in the game or get yourself some swag. I don't got anything else, really.
Yeah, he made a distortion box out of a old satanic Bible.
That's pretty wild. Probably did like one of those like middle cut things. Sorry for the clap, people.
Just in the book.
It's kind of cool. But yeah, that's it from me. Do you have any other pieces of news that I missed?
Yeah.
What?
Huge one.
Which one?
BioWare shifted all of its project leads away from Anthem to work on...
Forgot about that, yes.
I
meant to write that down.
And the tweet says, we're not working on Dragon Age 3. We're not working on Dragon Age 5. But, like...
Why is BioWare still getting IPs to work on?
Because Dragon Age is literally the only thing that's going to save them now.
If they do it right. Let's be clear on that. If they do Dragon Age right, it is the only one that they will save. But,
like, all their creative leads are gone. People are tweeting at them, and they're just like, with you all off this, like, who do we tweet at now?
Like, yeah,
because who's there? It's like, oh, there's these two other guys now. I'm like, I'm sure those two other guys are fine. I'm sure they're good. They've got to be good at their job if they got that high in BioWare somewhere. But, like, when you take the two creative leads of a game and just go, all right, you're done with this now, plop.
When the game is still in a broken state.
Broken, barely finished.
The player base is gone.
That's basically them just going, fucking kill it.
Yeah, it's...
But that also makes me really scared for Dragon Age 4.
It's really bad.
Because it's just, hey, they've had so many people change. Like, people have left, higher-ups have left, people have just quit. When Anthem was in development, that, like, who's left, or, like, you call them the really devoted, or they're just the dregs of who's left, are now going, alright, fuck it, go work on this other thing now, we know this thing is dead.
It's bad, too, because, like, players are complaining, they're like, dude, we can't even matchmake in your game because it's so fucked now. Like, you guys actually just sold a broken game. It's much like Fallout 76. It's just a broken fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with this is, you're not going to have players keep coming to your game. I honestly still don't know how No Man's Sky gets players at this point, considering that was such a fucking broken mess at launch.
It's gotta be.
No Man's Sky is in such a weird territory. Like, they had such a devoted, weird fan base for such a broken, messy piece of shit that was just lied about. You know what I mean? Like, every other game that does that, it's like, yeah, fuck this game.
So I think it's a combination of two things. It's the people who, like, they just never gave up on it. No matter what. When everyone was like, but it's shitty, and they went, yeah, I don't care. And it's the people who heard, it's better now, it's actually fun, playable, it's what you want, and they went back and went, yeah, they're right. And they actually, like, stuck with it after they went back.
Yeah.
I think it's just that news of, like, it's good now, try it. And the people who actually go, alright, I will give it a shot. I guess a lot of those people stuck with it after they went back to it.
That's the weird part for me, is like, how did we get so many people saying, like, yeah, it's good now? You know what I mean? Like, that's where it was weird. Like, there was such a big player base that stuck with it through that shit period. I still won't play it, because it's like, fuck that company in general, but as for BioWare, like, what was Anthem down to? I think it was down to 49 viewers the one day for Twitch, so...
I wonder where it's at now. Let's find out.
Check it out. We'll get a live count right now. Live count as in Monday morning at 12:13 a.m.
Let's see. Where is even Anthem? Let's see if we could find this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're going to be scrolling for fucking 2 years. I guess we're not doing the live update because it's going to take 5 years to find the game down the list.
Why do they do it by sets of 9? That's weird.
Just type the fucking game.
You're
going to want to look in the tens, maybe?
I was going to say it's lower than Destiny. It's lower than Bloodborne.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. If you find this before me, I'm just actually going to be mad. You fuck. No, I heard you type it. You piece of shit.
Oh yeah, I can't actually just search, but it takes me to the game. 102 viewers.
Wow, so...
102.
That's low. That's real low.
Why can't I actually see how many they have? It won't show me how many. Okay, so.
What?
Okay, so the first place person is 50. So he literally has half by himself.
Dude, we should just play it right now. We could
So-
probably beat him in a minute.
So you ready? All right, of the top 6 people playing it, the top 5 are actually playing it. The 6th person is playing Counter-Strike. Not even playing the game, playing Counter-Strike.
He forgot to bring up his info, probably. How's Anthem Strike?
Oh, there's one person playing Halo and one person... Okay, so we have... In the Anthem group, we have 1 Rocket League.
How many people?
1 Halo.
So here's the question. How many people on Rocket League? Here, hold on.
Rocket League, like, on this channel?
Yes.
0. 0 people are
shit.
watching this kid play Rocket League on Anthem. There are 1 person watching this random guy play Counter-Strike.
Okay, so we got 1.
And... Oh, I don't know where he went. There was someone who was playing Destiny.
Maybe it's updated. Okay, so there are 101 people then, not 102.
Yeah.
101 people are watching Anthem currently.
And 50 of them are 1 channel.
Jesus. Man, we should just try and go scoop those people up right now. Be like, yo, you guys are actually just watching an awful game. Come over here. We're going to play Weeb Fallout.
That's so, like... Oh, there's so many games that it's below that had so much less money put into that.
Like games that are like a $5 Steam sale. Like
monsters that have... games that have no right to be higher than it right now. Like fucking Monster Hunter is higher than it.
Jesus.
With 1.1K.
Jesus Christ. That's how you know that game had the worst press, like, ever. Like, we thought that Fallout 76 was... How many viewers does...
Crash Bash has 620.
Oh, hell yeah. How many does Fallout 76 have right now?
Oh, let me find out.
I want to know which is doing worse. Is it Fallout or Anthem? It's the competition of
It's
the bad
gotta
shit.
be Anthem.
I think so, too. I'm going to say Fallout probably has, like, 300.
Alright, Fallout 76. 354.
Right on the money. God damn. $1, Bob. That's, wow. For a Fallout game. I want you to think about that for a second. A Fallout game. Did you think when 4 released...
Borderlands 1 currently has 400 viewers.
Jesus Christ. Did you think that when Fallout 4 released, that the next Fallout game would ever be this low?
No.
What?
No.
Radiator 2 has 9,000 people.
SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom has 307 viewers.
There is a weird cult following to that game, I found out, based on other channels. As weird as that sounds.
Gary's Mod's higher than it.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised people still play Gary's Mod, to be honest.
Fury's higher than it. I don't think people even played Fury anymore.
What's Katana Zero at?
180.
Alright, we're just listing the numbers of people playing games right now. So I think the podcast is over. We've had fun. We decided to just shit all over every game that's just doing kind of bad. What's kind of funny is Katana Zero costs $15. Anthem costs $60. It has, what, double the viewers almost?
Yep.
Yeah, so Anthem's dead in the water. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching IMBGcast number 49. We're almost to the big 5-2, man. That's a whole year's worth of 1 week podcast. What's up?
That's a big slap in the face of that game.
Which one?
Kingdom Hearts 3 only has 121.
Yeah, fuck that game.
Oh, man. That game fell hard.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We do hope to catch you in tomorrow's stream. Are we streaming tomorrow?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, what are we playing?
I have no fucking idea. We can.
I was having so much fun.
You actually gonna watch the replays this time?
Yeah, I didn't realize like what you said about the replays on how they just don't do like the crazy effects and you can just watch your guy go.
It literally it's someone like watching the replay and it's like, okay, let's see what this guy did. He just like puts in the VHS tape and you just see him go like, all right, he jumped.
Excuse me?
What?
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We will catch you either in the stream tomorrow night or throughout the week. There's going to be some throughout the week. Metroid Prime's happening at some point. We know we promised that, so... Well, I promised it.
Did we?
I did. Plus, I'll have fun. I'll have fun playing Metroid. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out.